in your trading, okay, as well as other clients, okay, in terms of the long-term currency outlook. He has also been invited to speak on many global stages, so I believe you guys have probably are here because you have seen him at some events. Okay, before I pass the time to Jin, okay, welcome to the 6 of you who are here for the first time. Very warm welcome. I'm sure you'll find this session beneficial for you. Okay, I'm just going to launch one more poll, okay, just before we begin, on how did you find out about this session. Okay, and after that, Jin will take it from there.
Alrighty. So how's everyone today? Quite happy to see a few new names. You know, about a third of you are new. So let's, you know, make sure that you feel a bit happy and you know, get you coming back as a regular. A couple of you from Facebook Live. Facebook Live is working. So as a reminder, we are also on Facebook Live. So watch what you do on the cameras, you know, no funny actions. Telegram channel is good. Traders Club, everyone on Traders Club, you were here last night as well. The video for Traders Club is up. Last night's video is up, so catch that as a recap if you need. And we got a couple from the emails as well. Great. So let's get started. Today is Tuesday, 19th of May. We're almost at the end of May. We're almost at the end of our lockdown circuit breaker stay-at-home period. Fingers crossed. All right, today we are going to be talking about the euro. Okay, about the euro pound. If you have any questions, put it in the chat. If you are on Facebook Live and you know you have any questions, put it in there. I'm sure one of the guys are watching the Facebook Live. If not, you know, click on the link, jump into the Zoom call as well, and then you can have your questions there. Okay, so let's get started. First things I will do, I will look straight into the charts. Euro pound has been very interesting, but we'll start with the Euro US. All right, Euro US on the daily chart is an absolute mess. It is an absolute mess. Why I say that is because if I'm going to move that away, get some stuff sorted. All right, so I will zoom it in a little bit. Right, it's really been sitting in that horizontal range between 1.08 to 1.09. That 100 pip move, you know, it's fluctuating in that every day. In the whole, pretty much on a daily basis, it's doing that 100 pip move, and that is actually a characteristic of euro. You know, having that 100 over pip fluctuation within that day, which also explains one of the reasons why euro is one of the favorite pairs for most people to trade, because of their volatility, because of the movements up and down. However, you know, my old students, well, or not old, you're all young students, but my students who've been with me for a very long time also know that I have that line that says euro is probably one of the last pairs that you should start trading on because of that volatility, right? That fluctuations of 100 pips within a day could mean that you make good profits, but it's more likely to mean that you get stopped out a lot because of that fluctuation. So something to be really careful with. You know, another reason why I say that as well is, you know, you can see that I've been drawing lines every time I do that euro currency call. Previously I said it was going to come down, it went up, you know, hit that level, could either go up or down, and it pretty much sat there. Thought it was going to go all the way down, came down halfway, bounced back up, thought it was going to come back down, tried to break through, couldn't, you know, tried to go back up, couldn't, you know, tried to come down, couldn't. So it's really non-directional. You know, if you're going to tell me that you have a clear view of where you think the euro is going to be heading, I don't have a exact clear view of where it's going to be heading. I think that, you know, based on this, it's going to sit in that range for an extended period of time more. So that whole range of, let me put in the line, that whole range of between 108 to 109 is where I feel euro is going to fluctuate between. Right now, it seems like it's trying to break above from yesterday's last night. Actually, a bit of weakness coming from the US last night. So we see that the euro and actually across all the US backed currency pairs, it's been a bit of weakness there for the US dollar. So we saw the euro shoot up from 108 to 109. At this point, I do still believe that my bias is still that it's going to fluctuate within that range. So it's going to probably come back down to the 108 level today, tomorrow, still within that range. Do I think that it could go back up? Possibly, but more likely, it's probably going to, if I were to be a bit more accurate, it's probably going to go up a little bit before coming back down. So probably something like that, go back up a little bit and then come back down within that range again. Why I think that, I'll tell you more about it when we start looking at the economic news. But then we'll look at the charts for now first, so I'll keep switching screens. So that's the daily time frame. On the H4 time frame, based on the price action, it was outside of Bollinger Band. We knew that it was going to come back in, so it's retesting that resistance turn support, a little bit of support right now. At this point, based on my indicators, I do believe that it could come back down more. So, to be a bit more accurate, I think that it's going to sit at this level before coming back down into the 108 range, 108, 109 range again. Again, I have seen some triggers which could happen to drive prices that way. Okay, so quite straightforward for Euro US. It's probably going to sit at a 109 level, maybe today or earlier today, and then maybe come back down later in the afternoon, and then fluctuate within that range again if you see some US dollar weakness later in the night. But more likely, I think it's going to stay within that range. So I'm not super interested in what's going to happen for the Euro US. I don't think that that's any clear trading opportunities there, right? However, I want to jump into the Euro Pound. This has been something I've been talking about for weeks and weeks and weeks. Those regular followers who've been watching every currency call that I do, I'm almost like a broken record harping on about Euro Pound. Euro Pound on a daily time frame, I said that if it broke above the 0.8815 level, we could look to buy because of that straddle. So if you were looking to buy there, a stop loss of about 50 pips, you would be about 116 right now. Yesterday, I suggested that you could move, if you were in that trade, you could move your stop loss to about plus 50 and then let it run. So in the worst case, you're still plus 50. If it does come back down, it came back down, didn't close, and then now it's sitting there again. At this point now, I do believe that it is likely to come back in, right? To come back down towards to try and retest the 0.88 level again. So if you are in that trade, based on what I was telling you, I would best suggest close the trade. Be happy with the 116 pips there, and let it fluctuate, let it move again, and then reevaluate another possible trade idea. So that's my best call on the Euro Pound. All right, if you are already in a trade, get out, secure that profit. But what if you're not in the trade already? What if you miss that move and you want to think about what to do next? Don't look at it on a daily time frame. Look at it on the H4. Looking at it on the H4, it went quite nicely to that brown line. On the H4, I do, based on the price action indicators as well, it does look like it's going to come back down a little bit. I believe that if it comes back and comes to about the 0.8890 level and it bounces back up, so that might be a good maybe 50 something 60 pip drop and bounces back up, that could be the next trading opportunity. right? So it could be from here, you know, another good 30, 40 pips, stop loss for another good 100 over pip, take profit towards the 109 level. So let it fluctuate, let it move back down, bounce off that interim support level before looking for another buying opportunity. If it does come down and break below the 0.8890 level, that means if it does go down that way, then everything is null and void. Don't look to buy anymore. It's possibly going to come back into that range and fluctuate there again. All right. So couple of big calls. I believe a couple of big calls on the euro pound. I think it's still one of the very interesting pairs that could play out quite nicely in the medium to longer term. So it's something that you need a little bit of patience with, medium to longer term, something you can look at. Why I'll do a bit of a sneak preview in terms of the pound US dollar, because looking at the euro pound, we looked at the euro, you also know what the pound US dollar is doing. I'll talk more about that tomorrow. But the pound US dollar, you know, we were saying yesterday that, or last week, that it was going to come down into this support region and bounce back up. It has come down. It tried to go back up. Now it looks like it's going to come back down again. So as pound comes down, you know, euro pound might go up, but I'm also anticipating that the euro might come down as well. So as that euro comes down, pound comes down, we could see the euro pound being a little bit stagnant, you know, moving across or slightly downwards before moving back up again, right? So be a bit more careful with the euro pound, but I still think there are some good opportunities there. Any questions at the moment? I went through these two pairs. I'm on my second cup of coffee now already, and it's only 11 a.m. So any questions there? Daniel's doing a fantastic job with the summary. Good. And as usual, no one's got a question because I'm doing a fantastic job, I would say. All right, Kenneth is laughing because he knows that it is true. Oh wait, I saw it flash again. Hang on, I'm lost. Okay, so Derek, so Vishal has a question about EuroCAD. EuroCAD is not a pair that I look at. If we're going to go in, I basically look at the major currency pairs during these currency calls on a daily basis. If you want to look at specific currency pairs, you know, we will be more likely to do that during the weekly calls on Monday evenings or on Wednesday evenings during the coaching calls. You know, so that's for the Trader Club members. So, you know, Trader Club members, you know, you can make sure you ask the questions and then we'll go through that during the Monday evening or Wednesday evening sessions. Thanks for that, Vishal. Derek, read the Germany and France looking to release a joint easing bond. How would that affect the euro? Well, it's possibly going to weaken the euro a little bit because of releasing a bond means they probably, I haven't read that article, so you know, if you can paste that link in there, it'd be fantastic. I'll catch up on that reading. If they do look to purchase more bonds, you know, it's going to weaken the euro because again, more money going into the economy, supply is going to increase with demand still staying weak. That's going to weaken the euro to basically try and stimulate the economy. So, you know, that could really result in that move downwards, breaking through that support and fluctuating within that range. I still, you know, despite any news coming out, I still think that 100 pip range is probably what the euro is going to do. You know, they haven't done anything super definitive or massive to try and push the currency in either directions. All right. So let me jump into, I spoke a bit about Traders Club. I'm super happy. I'm super excited about what we did yesterday. So Traders Club, LCMS Traders Club on Facebook is a private group. Go Facebook, search us, LCMS Traders Club, and join us there. It is $49 a month or $199 a year. I purposely priced it that way because I want you to join for a year. It's less than $1 a day. And you know that if you're serious about your trading, you know it's a longer term journey. So we want to guide you through this whole process. Join us for a year. What we did last night, a weekly call last night, the video is up for all of you Trader Club members who couldn't join us that last night. We had questions coming from everyone. We had Karen, who was supposed to get live coaching from me, but she passed it on to Louis. I think Louis on the call now as well. A lot of questions coming through. People asking about trading, about my views about how to maximize your trades, what to do, how to build a bias. It's all there, right? So a lot of coaching, a lot of analysis. Some of you came from the Telegram channel. So before you get onto the Telegram channel, the signal comes out, the trade signal comes out first in Traders Club. And not only do we send out the signal in Traders Club, we also give you the analysis behind why we're entering a trade. The fundamental reasons, the technical reasons, the trend, support, resistance, all the indicators, and then also tell you at take profits level 1, 2, or 3 to get out. So the suggestions of when to get out. Because a lot of times when you see stop loss TP 1, 2, and 3, you go, wait, so do I get out at 1, 2, or 3? We actually analyze it and tell you when to get out, whether to get out at 1, 2, or 3. Right, so some other videos I have done, interviews, a lot of signals and analysis there. So you can just, if you're on Telegram and you enjoy the signals, you're making money on the signals, I know you could do that. You could just blindly follow. But if you want to learn how we do it, right, so you can join the Traders Club, learn how we trade, follow the strategy and also the signals, gives you a lot more confidence, lets you know why you're entering a trade rather than just blindly following. A lot of news and analysis there. All right, Kenneth does a update at 9 p.m. about how the market has moved, whether the currency call that I did at 11 a.m. is still valid, whether to still look for that trade idea or whether to change. So it's all there, a lot of information. I think we just did some tags in there. So weekly live calls. I spoke about the straddle in for the euro pound, right? So I was teaching how to trade using the straddle strategy as well. So that was done on 7th of May, a couple of weeks ago. And Trader Club members have actually been applying that strategy, making good money out of it as well. So those are only for Trader Club members. If you have any specific currency pairs you want me to look at, that's where we do all the analysis as well. All right, so advertisement done. Let's jump into the news. Today we have at 2 p.m. pound claimant count change. So employment numbers for the pound. I'm not doing pound now. I'll talk about it tomorrow. So that's going to be interesting. Previous was 12K, expected to be 675K. That's going to move the pound quite a bit, I would say. All right, average hourly earnings from 2.8 to 2.7, unemployment rate from 4 to 4.4. Okay, so we might see some surprises there, I think. We have some euro economic sentiment coming out that could move the euro a little bit. German economic sentiment is going to be a mover of the euro dollar. We have the G7 meetings. That's going to take a while, so not much impact there. Powell testifying, and also tomorrow we have some euro CPI numbers coming out, with more euro news coming out on Thursday. So this is one of the reasons why I think that we could see the euro fluctuate quite a bit within the 108 and 109 level. Why I say that is because we saw very bad euro PMI numbers, services manufacturing coming from France, from Germany, and overall eurozone. They were significantly below the 50 level. It was at 10, it was at 34, it was at 13. But right now they're expecting some improvements. We're looking at French services PMI going from 10 to 28. All right, we're looking at German manufacturing going from 34 to 39. We're looking at German services going from 16 to 26. So we're seeing some optimism, some positivity in the Eurozone in terms of their economic numbers, the PMI numbers coming through from there. Because of that, I expect to see some fluctuations in the euro dollar. Do I think that it's going to go from 10 to 28? Possibly, but the chance of it missing is also going to be quite high. So if it's going to miss, you're going to see some weakness in the euro dollar as well. So I see a lot more volatility because of these PMI numbers, but also with that volatility, there's a lot of conflicting data coming through. So as we have conflicting data, you're going to see it shoot up one for half an hour, shoot back down for another half an hour, and fluctuate in that 100 pip range. One thing I also did notice as well is on Thursday, as much as the services PMI, manufacturing PMI numbers are coming out, it is also a French holiday, right? And also a German holiday, bank holiday. So a lot of news coming out, and also a bank holiday for those major economies. That's possibly going to move the prices a little bit in an awkward way, because the liquidity during that period, during the euro period, is going to be a bit lower given that it's a bank holiday. But with the economic news coming through, we might not see that impact immediately at about 3 and 4 o'clock. We might see it later in the evening when the US market comes online. All right, so there's a little bit of a different way to look at it, playing in terms of the bank holidays and also the economic data together, merging it and understanding how prices could move during those different scenarios. Okay, and then Friday we have retail sales number and a policy meeting accounts from the Eurozone. So quite a few news coming out this week. I said that yesterday as well. I said it again now. Quite a few news coming through for the pound, which I will talk a lot more in detail tomorrow, and also the euro, which is going to be on Thursday. The PMI numbers are going to be key to let us know the overall performance of how the euro is going to behave coming out of COVID. Right, it hasn't come. They're slowly opening up. The people are leaving the houses, going back to work. So we're going to see how that recovery period is coming from the Eurozone. All right. So any questions now at this point in time? You're happy? Give me a quick thumbs up if you're happy. All right. I know I can count on Derek, Lewis, and Robbie to give me that thumbs up, and Ty as well, a slight thumbs up as well. Any questions? Any questions? Frankie, since Friday has so many Euro news with red labels, should we avoid trading on Friday? Actually, Frankie, it's not Friday, it's Thursday. Thursday is the day with many Euro news. I would say that we trade for volatility. We want the market to move, because if it doesn't move, we can't trade, we can't make money, right? So I would say that if you are new to trading, yes, avoid it, but get to the level of learning how to trade different economic news, learning how to trade news exactly, right? I love trading news because those are fantastic opportunities. Daniel and Jonathan, correct me if I'm wrong, this Wednesday is a news trading session. You're on mute, by the way.
Yes.
All right,
Yep.
so those Trader Club members, if you are a bit unsure, you want to get brushed up on how to trade news, how to look at the different news items, how to trade before or after the news. I saw your question there, Frankie. Join the Traders Club coaching session on Wednesday at 8:30. I think the link will be posted up on Traders Club. The guys will be guiding you through how to interpret, how to trade, what to look out for during news, minor news and major news events. Maybe even give you, if you're nice participants during that session, maybe even give you one or two trade ideas as well. So make sure you catch up for that session on Wednesday at 8:30. You have to be a Traders Club members for that. And I know for those of you who joined us yesterday and all the coaching sessions, you really enjoy those sessions, right? Yeah, Robbie's got his head nodding away. I don't know, he's listening to some beatbox music. All right, so in the interest of keeping this short and sharp, any questions? If not, it's going to be an interesting day ahead for trades. We have seen some market. We have seen the Kiwi moving according to what I spoke about yesterday. We have seen the pound moving quite nicely. The gold has been moving quite nicely as well. So I'm excited to get back into trading. If you have no other questions, what you should do, if you're not already, join Traders Club. If you are already, check out Traders Club more, and then trade safe, trade well, ask questions, and we'll see you again tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Currency call talking about the pound. All right, I will jump in and do that quick poll again. Tell me whether you liked or hated this session. I'm looking for 100% who love it. And we've got 29 of you in here, so looking for 29 responses. We have 13 now. Oh, 1%. There's always one person who hates it. Well, not hates it, thinks it could be better. Keeps me on my game. Casey Chong, you miss GA. Well, I've never done GA, so I don't know how you miss it. Ask it in the Traders Club. I think Casey's in Traders Club member, so ask it in the Traders Club. I'm pretty sure we will do that. We can do that analysis if you post that question there. All right. So 95%. I'm happy with that high distinction then. Thank you all. Take care. Trade safe. See you tomorrow. Ty is always quick with the thanks, Jin and team. Thanks, Ty.
Bye.
Thank you, Tong Sing. Thanks, Harriet. Thanks, Derek. Thanks, Lewis. Catch you all. Thanks, Colin. Bye, Robbie.